Good evening, everyone. First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Joseph Williams with your Valley News Now evening weather update. And, well, I just wanted to make this quick update for a couple of reasons. First of all, because we're getting some new data coming in for our upcoming ice event that's coming through for Sunday. We are looking at some icing potential for Sunday. Also, because a couple hours earlier, I tried to make an OTT video, and I not only forgot the iPad, but apparently we had some technical difficulties a little earlier, so I wanted to just redo this video, both as an apology and also because I just want to make sure you guys actually get a forecast for tonight. So apologies for that earlier video. That will not happen again, at least the forgetting the iPad portion. I can't make any technical difficulty promises, but at least I will make sure not to forget the iPad in that fashion again. But anyways, yeah, welcome to Valley News Now. First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Joseph Williams with your 8:23 p.m. weather update. And we are so far quiet. We're just looking at some cloudy skies across the region, but we will see some light snow coming in Sunday early overnight in the international border. Basically, we'll see some snowflakes up at the international border. But more importantly, like I mentioned, we are tracking some icing potential for Sunday. And in fact, Sunday is a first alert weather day. So let's get started right on the first alert forecast. So we have that first alert weather day for Sunday because we're looking at some freezing rain and some icy slick roads caused by that freezing rain in the process. So that is something to keep in mind. Could lead to a few slick spots on the roads. Wrong graphic there, but like I mentioned, we do have a first alert weather day for Sunday because we're looking at some icing potential in parts of our region, and particularly the Red River Valley and Lakes Country. That could lead to a few slick spots on the roads and therefore some travel impacts. All that is thanks to this frontal boundary that's draped itself across the Rockies. Well, what happened is this low pressure system out west, it's lifting moisture from the Pacific Ocean into the Rockies, and some of that moisture is going to make its way into our region on Sunday, riding along this front, and as a result, we will see some of that freezing rain potential, especially because as we head into Sunday afternoon, temperatures will rise. We'll actually see temperatures in the 20s across much of our region, and that combined with some of those higher temperatures a couple thousand feet up, you may actually, as a result, get some freezing rain and some wintry mix in the process. Here's a look at our satellite and radar currently seeing cloudy skies with dry conditions across the region, but notice that our satellite and radar is detecting a few flakes just to the northwest of Minot. Those flakes, again, they'll push into the international border of our region overnight into Sunday morning. So if you're, say, in the northernmost counties of our region, you may see a couple of snowflakes heading into Sunday morning. Apologize, I just had a big meal a little bit earlier. Anyways, looking at our first look forecast, like I mentioned, we are expecting some snowflakes in the Northern Valley and international border overnight into early Sunday morning. Not much moisture anticipated with those snowflakes, though. And by late Sunday morning, those snowflakes are out of our region. Then we really see precipitation chances ramping up across the region as we head into late Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon. Notice some of those pink colors. That indicates the freezing rain and sleet potential associated with our scattered showers for Sunday morning and afternoon, impacting parts of our region. We'll see that scattered shower activity continuing throughout Sunday afternoon and evening, maybe even affecting parts of the Northern Valley too. And it's not until after 9 o'clock or so that any leftover showers are out of our region. And by that time, well, we're dealing with cloudy skies and then some patchy, dense fog in the Southern Valley for Monday morning's commute. Since temperatures will be below freezing across our region Monday morning, there's a chance that with this fog coming down, that could lead to some more slick spots on the road. So that is something to consider for Monday morning's commute. Looking at ice accumulations, we could see a glaze of ice in parts of our region, mainly impacting partly impacting the Red River Valley, maybe parts of northwest Minnesota, and even eastern North Dakota. So that is something to keep in mind. We could see some slick spots on the roads due to that ice accumulation. And as for snowfall, we could see a couple tenths of an inch of snow from that wintry mix associated with that freezing rain too. Because it's not just temperatures being cold at the surface and some rain falling from the sky, leading to that freezing rain potential. We're also looking at some snowflakes embedded within that freezing rain, so we could see some light snow accumulation in parts of our region, maybe out of the international border, for example, with those light snow showers. May see a couple of tenths of an inch of snow accumulation, and in northwest Minnesota too with the Sunday afternoon showers. So not much snow, not much ice, likely a glaze of ice across parts of our region, and just a couple tenths of an inch of snow, but like I said, enough to cause a few slick spots on the road, some travel impacts as a result. But basically, just to recap, a couple of snow showers out of the international border overnight into early Sunday morning. Then late Sunday morning into Sunday evening, we'll see scattered wintry mix and freezing rain showers, which will bring some snowflakes, some more freezing raindrops too. Could lead to a few slick spots in the roads, as we could see a glaze of ice in parts of our region, such as in the Red River Valley, and a couple tenths of an inch of snow accumulation. So not much snow or ice, but just enough to cause some travel impacts, and that's why we've gone ahead and declared a first alert weather day for Sunday, because I can tell you, even dealing with just a glaze of ice, that could lead to some difficult driving conditions that if you're not careful driving in, you can spin out on. So as always, keep the VNN weather app handy as we track that wintry precipitation. I have been giving periodic updates on the VNN first alert weather app, just so you're aware on that. I'll be back on for Valley News Live at 9 and 10 for tonight. And I'll also be on for Valley News Live, not 9 to 10, tomorrow night, too, if you're not able to watch any of tonight's programming. In the meantime, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. The time is currently 8:29, so the 9 o'clock show on Fargo CW should be starting in just a little over 30 minutes, so be sure to tune in to get your latest first alert forecast there. I'll have more details on this system pushing through, and I'll also be giving more details on what next week will be looking like in your first alert forecast, so be sure to tune in to watch that there. In the meantime, like I said, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to check to see real quickly if we have any questions or comments. I see we got 2 likes so far. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I highly appreciate it, and like I said, I'm sorry for what happened earlier. That was not good. I apologize for that. But anyways, apologies for what happened a couple hours earlier, like I mentioned. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Just checking one more time, seeing if you have any questions or comments. So far, I'm not seeing any questions or comments popping up. But like I said, basically, we are just looking at some scattered showers heading into late Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon and evening. Could lead to a few slick spots on the roads, so be aware of that. Could lead to some travel impacts in the process, and that's why Sunday is a first alert weather day, because a good time to travel from Climax, Minnesota to Fargo, North Dakota. Let me check. So I would say the best time to travel would be like early Sunday morning. Early Sunday morning would be a good time to travel. So I'd say before midday, when we start seeing that scattered shower activity really starting up, that would be a good time to travel and get your stuff done for the day. Because we're just looking at mostly cloudy skies during the morning commute, maybe some patchy fog down in the Southern Valley, but otherwise most of our region will be dry for that morning commute. I'd say by the afternoon hours, we'll see that scattered shower activity really ramping up, and after that point, you would really want to pay attention to the radar on the Valley News Live First Alert Weather app, because we'll end up seeing, because some areas will see that freezing rain potential, some other areas will see that wintry precipitation pushing on through. So let me bring the First Alert forecast back, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about there. Again, here's a look at our first alert forecast overnight into Sunday morning. Again, most areas looking dry. We're maybe seeing a few snowflakes up in the northern valley, but very little moisture is expected from those snow showers. I'm thinking maybe 1/10 of an inch to 2/10 of an inch of snow at most. But as we head into about 10 to 11 o'clock, that's when we see those scattered showers really lighting up in parts of our region. And I'm saying particularly the Red River Valley and parts of northwest Minnesota will see the most activity for Sunday, but we can't rule out some isolated showers in northeast North Dakota either for Sunday afternoon and evening. So again, it's really after midday that we start seeing these scattered showers really lighting up in parts of our region, leading to that isolated to scattered road difficulty across our regions. And it's not until like Sunday night that the scattered activity goes away. And like I said, even by Monday morning, even when we're just left with some dense fog in parts of our region, since temperatures will be below freezing, you can't rule out slick roads just from that fog by itself. So just to recap, Dawn, that's your name I would see. I would say the best time to do it would be get stuff done before midday. These are just scattered showers, so not everyone will see precipitation, but you know, when you're dealing with freezing precipitation of any sort, it's best to try to get stuff done early just to be on the safe side. So again, thank you so much for asking that question. Highly appreciated. Like I said, I'm going to get off of here. I will give the forecast for the rest of next week after the system moves out on Sunday. Thank you all so much for watching. And like I said, I've been giving updates on the VNN for Slow Weather app too. And like I said, I'll be giving the forecast for Valley News Live at 9 and 10 for tonight and for tomorrow night too. So be sure to tune in to those. In the meantime, have a wonderful Saturday night, everybody.